Hey everyone, recently I made a video going over how to put cool designs in cabinet doors, and I have this one right here. Well, I did a little bit of tweaking to this design and I wanted to make a video going over what I did. So it's going to be how I turned this panel into this. So going from the original just design I had in there cut out to what you just saw, it definitely looks a lot more interesting. It gives it some character, and it looks overall more refined. So I'm going to kind of go over just how I got to that point. So right here, this is the drawing that I originally did, and you can see that I have grouped things and I have put them on different layers based on color, and the reasoning behind that is the depth I want them to go. And so the first thing that I thought that would make things more interesting was to take this outer square and kind of lower it down to give it kind of that shaker look before we started putting the patterns in. So to get that first step down, look, we're going to switch over to our toolpath commands, and so we got a blank slate over here. So what I did is I just took this inner line that I made, and we're going to pocket this down actually 1/8 of an inch deep, is what I started at. So if we calculate that out and we preview that, so that gives us the initial lowering of that inner panel look. Next, I took the next thing I did was group all of these shapes together, and I did a profile toolpath, and we're going to go down 1/4 of an inch. Let's get our V bit selected. We're going to go on the line, and we can just name this V bit. Alright, so that was the second step if we preview that. So that gives me my tapered look on the outlines. The next thing I did is I came back and with those same selections, and then I pocketed those down 1/4 of an inch to get rid of all the material on the inside. Alright, so that got me to where it was pocketed down, but then it had that nice tapered look on the outside edges of them. And then the last was all of these, which I guess I didn't group them together. Let me just select them all real quick. And I pocketed those down 1/4 of an inch, and so that's what gives me that detail on the inside. And looks pretty good, so let's just do the final cutout. We'll go 0.75. Select our 3/8 compression. We want to go on the outside, and we'll just leave it like that, name, so we'll run it, and so there we go. So we have our door. So here we have it. Hopefully this was a fun video to watch. I definitely think it's a much more interesting door design to look at than the previous one, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.